Welcome to Xi Jinping Briefing. The content of the briefing includes Hong Kong mogul, activist, and now a prisoner for 1,000 days. New head of the U.S. military aims to dodge the political fray. China's indebted local governments spend billions to bail out small banks. Hong Kong mogul, activist, and now a prisoner for 1,000 days. The Guardian. Jimmy Lai, a media mogul and pro-democracy activist who founded Apple Daily, was arrested in Hong Kong in August 2020. He has since been charged with violating Hong Kong's new national security law and is currently awaiting trial. Lai's imprisonment has been condemned by international observers and human rights groups, and his case is seen as emblematic of the crackdown on free speech in Hong Kong. Lai's rags-to-riches journey began when he fled mainland China as a child and smuggled himself into Hong Kong. He made a fortune through his clothing brand, Giordano, before pivoting to media in the wake of the 1989 Tiananmen Square massacre. Lai launched Apple Daily in 1995 and it became an instant hit, known for its racy, freewheeling journalism. The newspaper was forced to close in 2021 following Beijing's crackdown on freedoms in Hong Kong. Throughout his career, Lai has faced death threats, firebombings, and other acts of intimidation. He has also been arrested multiple times and has spent more than 1,000 days in prison. Lai has remained defiant, saying that there is always a price to pay for standing up for truth, justice, and goodness. New head of the U.S. military aims to dodge the political fray. Financial Times. General C.Q. Brown will replace General Mark Milley as Joe Biden's chief military advisor from October 2023. Brown, who had a legacy-defining moment during the 2020 protests following George Floyd's death, will be the second African American to be the military's chief officer. His appointment follows a breakdown in relations between Milley and former President Donald Trump. Brown's appointment comes at a time when air defense is crucial in the Ukraine war and as the U.S. faces off against China. He is expected to strive to keep the military out of politics, a trait which was not always attributed to his predecessor. Meanwhile, Milley will be remembered as brash, outspoken and garrulous, while Brown is a self-described introvert. Brown will hold the role for 4 years, meaning that he may serve under Trump should he win the 2024 election. At Brown's swearing-in on Friday, Milley said that they do not take an oath to a wannabe dictator. China's indebted local governments spend billions to bail out small banks. South China Morning Post. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 Degrees world, here to bring you the latest news and insights. Today, we have 3 interesting stories from around the world. First up, we have the case of Jimmy Lai, a media mogul and pro-democracy activist who has now become a prisoner for 1,000 days. Lai's imprisonment has been widely condemned and seen as a symbol of the crackdown on free speech in Hong Kong. His journey from a child fleeing mainland China to a successful entrepreneur and founder of Apple Daily is truly remarkable. Lai has faced numerous challenges throughout his career, including death threats and arrests, but he remains defiant in his fight for truth, justice, and goodness. Next, we turn our attention to the change in leadership in the U.S. military. General C.Q. Brown will be taking over as Joe Biden's chief military advisor, replacing General Mark Milley. Brown's appointment comes at a crucial time, with ongoing conflicts in Ukraine and tensions with China. He is expected to prioritize keeping the military out of politics, a quality that was not always attributed to his predecessor. While Milley was known for his brash and outspoken nature, Brown describes himself as an introvert. It will be interesting to see how Brown's leadership style shapes the military's role in the coming years. Lastly, we have news from China, where local governments are stepping in to bail out small banks. These banks, which are meant to support rural and county-level economies, have been struggling with governance issues, fraud, and weak balance sheets. To address these challenges, regulators have increased supervision of small lenders. However, the reliance on local governments to provide capital raises questions about the long-term sustainability of these banks and the overall stability of China's financial system. In conclusion, today's news highlights the ongoing struggle for democracy and freedom of speech in Hong Kong, the changing leadership in the U.S. military, and the challenges faced by China's small banks. These stories remind us of the complexities and dynamics at play in our world today. As always, I encourage you to share your thoughts and questions. What are your thoughts on these news stories? Let's discuss. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.